What's up, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have our first update on our new project, which is the AMT 2021 Dodge Charger Pursuit police car, and this thing's pretty cool. So if you saw my video quite a few years ago, or a couple of years ago I should say, I built the RT version of the police car, and if you have to, it's essentially the same kit, but of course with the police car accessories and stuff to it, and this is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and show you what we're going to be doing to ours. And basically got a little rough mock-up here. We don't have to do a full mock-up because we're not doing anything major to this kit. It's basically going to be completely box stock. So let's go ahead and show you what we are doing. Let's go ahead and get to the body. So we do got some parts mocked up here and there, but the body pretty nice, went together very well. It's a more modern mold from AMT. This is actually their newest mold from is a Sense right now, and this is pretty cool. The bumper and the rear bumper are separate, and the side skirts are separate. They just glued right on. There's big pins down there where they locate, and you just slide right into place, quick into place actually, and they slide right in and glue them together. The panel lines I should say, are going to need some scribing, so I scribed those out pretty deep, so that way I can put some primer coats on there, color, and then clear coat, and those will not get filled in ever again, which is pretty cool. But yeah, turned out pretty good. So for the police car edition, you are going to have to do some drilling holes. So you're going to have to drill in the holes for the light bar. This is optional, you don't have to. And there's locking pins inside the body where they're, it's in sync, you want to call it, for your drill bit to go in. And also that goes the same for your spotlights. So it's optional. You can just do the driver's side if you want to, because some cop cars don't have the passenger side, but the one I'm going to be doing has a passenger side one as well. And then for your push bar, you just drew out these two holes right down here in the bumper. So that's pretty cool, and that's pretty much all the drawing you're going to be doing. If of course if you want the spoiler wear, you can join out the spoiler holes as well in the trunk. But police cars don't have spoiler wears because the police car Dodge Charger is literally just the basic version of the Charger. It's literally like the RT version without the crazy cowl hood and stuff. It's literally just the base Charger. So at the V8 obviously, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, drilling holes. This antenna, I might actually fill this in because a lot of cop cars, and especially the one I think that replicating, or the picture all the ones that replicating, don't have the shark fin antenna. So I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna fill that in. I might. So we'll see about that. If I do fill it in, there's probably use some putty and stuff, but not too big a deal. But we might not use that. I'm not sure. But yeah, the body turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy how it turned out, and it's ready for primer, and the whole kit's ready for primer and color. So we'll probably get that in probably today when this video's going up. So pretty cool. So that turned out good, and there is the push bar. So this is pretty cool, and there's actually a sensor that goes right in here. I got glue in still, unless it's a different color. I got to look it up, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So the push bar turned out pretty good. And then for being a police car version, there are different grills. So you're gonna have this type of grill for the police car. This is on the police car tree, so it has like a different grill than the road version. It has a different lower grill. It just has like waves in it, so you can kind of tell the difference between the police car and the road version of the Dodge Charger. It also has fog light blockouts because, again, police cars don't usually have fog lights, so that's pretty cool. And you do have your partition here, so that's pretty neat. And you are going to have to drill a hole in the interior for that, and that is going to be these holes. So, and again, it is located in the bottom of the interior as well. You guys can see, but kind of like that. So it's just located, and you can definitely see where it is. So fits right in, and it just kind of clicks right into place when you got the hole big enough and stuff. So pretty cool. So that's it for that. Here is the center console and stuff. This is pretty cool, and this is how they are. This is actually how it looks like. They got cup holders. There's an armrest that goes up in here, kind of floats up, which is pretty cool. And then you got the computer module going to multiple over there and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So, and speaking of interior, there is going to be your dashboard, and you are going to have to drill another hole for right here. That is going to be for your column shifter, which is pretty neat. And I didn't know they mounted onto the dashboard with that, so I looked it up, and yeah, they do. They mount right to the dashboard. They actually don't mount to the steering column. So, and here is your shifter, and it just kind of slides right into place. And well, if I can get it right, But yeah, it kind of slides into place, and be very careful because I actually broke this. I actually glued mine together, but yeah, it kind of slides right into place, and then that's how it looks. So it's pretty cool, and it is right into the dashboard. I always thought it was into the column, but nope, they're into the dashboard on the chargers, which is pretty cool. So again, there's a locating pin behind it, and you can kind of see where your drill hole is right there, right next to your steering column. Right there, you can kind of see so that's already there for your drill bit to go in. So it makes it easy for you. So pretty cool. Use a Dremel for that if you want to. Just make it a little bit easier, make it much faster, so you're not screwing with the manual one forever. So that is that. There is your wheel package. We're going to be using the Steelies. Pretty neat. And of course, I did unboxing video, which you'll see tomorrow for Unbox Monday, and they include 2 sets. I did say these are for the stock version RT. No, these are actually for the like the undercover unit. So undercover chargers uses these wheels, so they're a little more fancier. But the marked versions, they use these holes. There's the basic version of these Steelies, and then the marked ones use these a little more fancier Steelies. So we're not going to be using those ones. We're going to be using these ones because I'm going to make mine marked, obviously with the light bar and stuff. So pretty cool. Stock tires, they look perfect. The wheel width is perfect because the police cars, they use thick sidewall tires. So because they have to go over curves and bumps and stuff, if they're doing a police chase or they get somewhere pretty fast. So they have a pretty thick sidewall for their tires, which is pretty cool. The engine went together very neat. I love the engine. So this would be, I think this is me all aluminum. I gotta look at the instructions. They were black. I'm not sure. It's a very, they don't paint these Hemi engines because they're basic. So I think it's me all aluminum. So very nice. And then we obviously have our head separate. That's gonna be black. And then you got your intake. That's gonna be black. I am gonna be filling in those holes. So this is not done yet, but I am gonna fill in these holes. See right there on top. I'm gonna fill this in so that way I don't have to use the engine cover, because police cars, they don't use the engine cover. This intake is actually exposed on all of the police cars. The reason being is because, well, they have to do so much maintenance on these police cars, like monthly, because they're idling a lot. They have to change the oil quite often, so they don't even bother with the engine cover. So they just keep it off. So I'm gonna fill those holes so that way we won't have to use the engine cover, and it should look pretty good at the end. But if you want to use engine cover, you can. It's in the kit. So, but I'm not going to use it because all the pictures that I've seen don't use it. So I'm going to kind of make mine a little more accurate. So that is that. So everything else is pretty much ready. Not really much to do. For the door panels, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to look up more research, but a lot of like police cars that has the partition for the interior and stuff, for the crooks to go in the back seat, a lot of the door panels are actually smooth. So I might add like a piece of styrene sheet. I'm going to trace this out with a piece of tape and transfer it to a styrene sheet, and I might just block this whole door panel out, because this is all smooth for some of the police cars back there, so the crooks can't get their there's no armrest for them because they're handcuffed and they can't access the door handle back there. So I might actually just block this all off with a styrene sheet and paint it all black and stuff. So, but it's up to you. Some cop cars do have that door panel back there, so it's up to you which version you want to do. But I might just block that out because it's kind of cool blocking it all out. And for the interior, sticking with the interior, the front seats are usually cloth, so we're going to use like a lighter black for the cloth pattern. We might put some texture in there, so it's like kind of like cloth textured. And then for the back seats, we're not going to touch these because a lot of back seats on these Kirk ones, they're usually smooth, but I'm not going to bother with that too much detail. So we're just going to keep the back seats, but we are going to add, or just not going to add, but we're going to make these kind of like a semi-gloss black, like they're made of plastic or hard vinyl or something like that, because you don't want them, leather, or you don't want any kind of fancy material or even cloth, because you gotta help you gotta make sure the perks can slide in there easier, because a lot of times people do not want to get in these cop cars, and with the plastic seat, it helps them kind of slide into place easier. Helps the cops slide them into place, you want to call it. So we're gonna do that. We got some like gloss black. and all kinds of stuff, and the door panels too. We're gonna do that, so it's easier, and also it's easier for the cops to clean up back there. So say like the guy pukes or something, or whatever, pisses or whatever, you never know what they do back there. And that goes the same for the floor. We're not gonna flock the floor back here because that's usually plastic or weather protecting floor mats, because you never know, they can they can take a crap back there or piss or whatever they start doing, and it just helps the cops kind of clean up back there. And they get, when it's plastic back there, they actually, I did see videos of them actually shooting a hose, like a hose, like a blowing water through there if someone pukes or pisses or whatever. It just helps clean it up and stuff. So that is that. For the police car that I'll be doing, replicating, we are going to be doing the New York State police car. I got this off eBay. I'll leave a link down in the description box below where I got it from. This eBay guy, he has tons of like state police cars decals for this kit, and he also has them for other kits, or die cast cars as well. But this one fits the AMT, this one right here, plastic model kit, so it's pretty cool. Of course, I'm gonna have to cut these out individually, not too big a deal, but this is pretty cool. So in New York State, trooper police cars are very basic. I mean, that's really it. That's all they are. And these yellow things, these are actually reflectors on the real car, so they're not like painted like this or decals like this. They're actually, well, they're decals, but they're actual reflectors, so you can see them at nighttime. So, but that's not too big a deal. I'm not gonna go into that much detail in this kit with its reflectors. So that's that, and we do have our license plates back here. So that will be going on to the license plate and stuff. So that is that. And then for the color, I contacted Sam over at Splash Paints, and me and Sam were having a hard time finding the color code. So he actually found it, because Ford, Chevy, and Dodge actually has their own paint codes for the same color, which is kind of stupid, but they have their own paint codes. So yeah, I think he found the Ford one, but he said it's exactly the same. So we got the custom mix. Here's a picture of the car on your screen. Blue, dark blue, that New York State uses for the cop cars, which is pretty cool, and it looks exactly like this. Sam said, I'm not sure it's identical, but he said it's very, very close, and I think this is very close. Sam has really done a good job with this, and I can't wait to get it sprayed. Custom mix bottle, so you are getting a bigger bottle, which is good because I'm going to have enough for this car, and I do have the Ford Taurus, I think, police car in my stash as well from AMT. I want to do a New York State lip paint scheme as well, so be enough paint for that kit as well. So pretty cool. So thank you so much, Sam, for all of what you do and getting this out to me. So this is pretty neat. So got that blue. New York is actually changing the color on their cars. It's gonna be like a gray now, like a metallic gray. I guess because it's a little bit cheaper than the blue is, but hey, not a big deal. They're still all blue. I mean, I haven't seen a gray one yet, even though New York is getting Mustangs now, and they're gonna be gray. So, but hey, pretty cool. But other than that, guys, that's it for this update. We are gonna have a painting video of me painting this body. It's gonna be pretty neat. So pretty cool. So I hope you guys had a good 4th of July. And it's Sunday now, so time to relax. And so pretty cool. And of course, there's our hood. So no Kyle hood, because the cop cars don't need that. They're not fancy cop cars, not fancy Dodge Chargers. So, but pretty neat. But other than that, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and until my next video, we'll catch you next time.